Welcome back to Happy Hot Rods. If you haven't been here before, the project we're working on today is my 1957 Chevy pickup. I am in the process of trying to fit it to a 97 Chevy chassis. It'll be 3/4 ton, 2-wheel drive, and we're making the old cab fit the new firewall and floor pan. And I don't have all the training to do this. I'm not a body man by trade. I don't have a huge budget. I don't have all the right tools, but we're going to figure it out as we go. Today I'm going to have some help from Matt and his son Kanan, so let's go get started. So we're jumping ahead a few steps or going back to stuff that I should have done before since my buddy Matt's here today. We're going to try and get the cab and the front clip at least marked where they need to sit on a more permanent basis, so that I have the same point to go back to every time. Now that I've got everything cut and kind of halfway fitting together, now we got to figure out where exactly it needs to sit so that I can start welding things together and building body mounts and such. I recently learned by watching somebody else that was doing something like this, what I should have done is measured the distance from the front wheels to an established point on this cab on the old chassis, and then I would have known exactly where to put the cab. Well, I didn't do that ahead of time. I do still have the old chassis, so what we're going to try and do, what we started doing, is measuring on the old chassis from the center of the front wheel to the rear cab mount on the cab, and we're going to try to find that measurement on the new frame so we can mark it and start getting this set closer to where permanent's going to be. We straighten these wheels up as best we can. And then maybe put a measuring tape on them and make sure that they are. This side seems like it's looking that way. Did you do that measuring tape?
Yeah, you had it.
You're getting blamed for it. There it is. Right where I said it. Yeah, that's pretty close. Okay, so those are straight-ish. So what I recently learned by watching somebody else is that you should measure the relationship of the cab to the front wheels before you take it apart. So now we're going to go back out to the old frame and try and figure that out. I might have already said this. But I would encourage you if you're going to do a project like this to hold on to your old parts until you're completely done, in case you do figure out that you've made mistakes like I did. And then you can figure out how to fix said mistakes. Maybe, hopefully. I'm sure we'll figure it out. We just need to measure, right? So we need to measure the width across, get those on the cardboard, and then we can measure the distance from the front wheel to a center line, or to any line in relation to that mount, and then we can center it side to side. In theory. In theory. What? Oh, I know what it is. That side the spring's busted.
Oh.
That side's got the busted spring. We're just going to trust this side because it's not busted.
Here's the other.
That's a big difference though, 3/4 of an inch.
Well, there's a busted, but the V-spring's broken on that side, so
Yeah.
that's not lined up at all.
So that axle could be shoved forward or back considerably.
That V-spring's completely busted.
Yeah.
Well, just think about this V-spring's busted. That's completely up. It's touching the frame, so that probably pushed this whole wheel forward.
Should it push it forward though?
Well, here, what about, is the shock mount still on that side?
Yeah, but I don't have the shock mount on the other one to compare it to.
Oh yeah, that's true. I was just gonna see if this shock mount measures the same on both sides, then we know it's the broken leaf spring and not something else.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Just make it super easy. This one is 85.
Okay.
Because then you know it's that busted leaf spring and not something else.
Right. And okay.
Okay. Don't bend it. You gotta keep it straight. 85 and a half. But we're getting tangled up in the weeds.
What was it over there?
85. But see, like the weeds were pushing the tape measure up. I bet that's happening with the reflection, right? Gotta be there. Yeah, 85.
Wait. Yeah. Right there.
Yeah, 85.
So that side was longer to the body mount from the center of the wheel too, right?
Yeah, but actually, once you be, this was 85 off the shock mount, and that's 85 off the shock mount. So it's the busted axle
That's moving the axle forward.
The busted leaf spring is moving the axle forward. That's why that measurement was different.
Yeah.
So this is our truest measurement.
Right. Yes.
Which was 74 and a half.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
Okay.
Off the center of the wheel.
So we will to the back of the mount,
To the back.
which we now have marked on here.
At least we tried harder.
You think that's going to work, Kanan?
Yeah.
I guess. You have about the amount of confidence in my measurements I do.
I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't really know either. We're both figuring it out.
I'm trying.
You're right, we're trying. We might not actually be figuring it out.
We might be learning how to not do it.
Yeah, we might be making a bigger mess. It's hard to say. All right. You know what comes next?
I don't know.
Me neither.
Maybe the creeper?
Nope, no creeping. We need to...
Where's this box?
I think we need to get this cab out of the way.
Yeah. Just put it in the back of Maverick's truck right now.
And in order to get the cab out of the way, we got to move some other stuff around.
We need to grab the hammer. I'm just gonna use this thing. Nah, is this like a hammer?
If you miss with that and hit yourself, it's going to hurt.
Just don't hit yourself. Self-correcting problem.
I'm gonna just
You can
test,
use it.
I'm gonna test out all your hammers to see how good they are.
All right.
I'll tell you the hammers that.
The official hammer tester.
Yeah.
How's this go all the way
That meets
How
that.
many inches is this?
That? It's a 454, isn't it?
Yeah.
This hammer's not the best hammer.
No?
It's not? There's more hammers.
Yeah, but
Yeah, this one's pretty good.
That one's pretty good. Let's see. You probably...
I can't look.
Let's see. Is this one better?
I don't know.
Let me know how it works out.
yeah. Just
build a bridge just like that. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Can we get you to hold off on the hammer test for a minute, Kanan?
What?
We're just talking. Can't hear over your hammer. See, I almost think what you could do, because then you could almost build something that comes straight up. And
Yeah.
then straight across, and then you could just pop 2 holes in it
Yeah.
where you need the holes.
Just pedestals will do it too, though.
Yeah.
Because that's what the 97 had in the back was pedestals, but they were too big and in the way of what I was doing here. Let's try and find our mark front to back. I mean, that was ultimately what we were trying to do here. I should have left extra length on that cardboard, knowing that this is wider.
Way easier.
That way I could slide it too if I needed to.
Yeah.
This is what the little hammer did.
Cool.
That little hammer is awesome. Look.
Yeah, cool.
It's pretty. for its size, it's really good. I don't know if the little hammer could beat the mallet.
You know what we need? I think I might just move the body mounts out to the frame. Because if I did that, we could right now, for temporary, drill a hole through the wood and the frame and drill a hole through the body up there and just
Drop something in.
yeah, and go 1.5 inches out on either side, and we'd have it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I could just do my body mounts in here, and we'd be good.
Reinforce this.
Yeah, probably reinforce it a little bit, yeah. But for right now, I could just drill the hole
Okay.
and put a bolt in there, just like a pin,
Yeah, yeah. Just pinning it.
and that would locate it.
Yeah. It gives you.
And that would simplify the mounting a lot.
Yeah, to get it back in the same spot.
Yeah. Yeah! That's not what you want to do there. Get the old wrist breaker action going. It's pretty important to make sure there's nothing on the other side of that you're going to drill into, but
Did you not do that?
oh, I was going to make a joke, but
Is there a fuel line or?
there is a something line right there. Yeah, that's going to be fuel supply. So that's perfect. Yeah. We're just going to have to be real careful, because I don't know how to stop it.
Are you gonna miss it or you?
Oh no, it's directly below it, but I mean, you've got 1/2 inch. So you're just going to have to, when you get close to the end, not be hammering on it.
Why don't you stick something between there?
I don't think you can get anything in there.
You don't think you can slip a piece of wood or something in between them?
I don't think so. The tank's in the way.
Not even like a 2x4 or anything?
Well, the problem is, ouch. Yeah, it would have to be a pretty small piece of wood, and if it's that small, I don't think it's going to stay put. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Bandit, you're reckless and you live much too hard.
Just kidding. I'm not sure it'll be fine.
See, you only made that much damage on the wood instead of the top of the fuel line.
Probably better if we didn't do that to breaker fuel lines. But let's be honest, I only did that because the wood was there. If it wasn't for I wouldn't have hit the lines because I'm a trained professional.
No, 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 no.
Right, Matt? He knows. The battery died, and then I tried to lower it gently, and I couldn't lower it gently because Hercules tightened the thing, and then the cab almost fell off. But everything's okay now.
You're the one that raised it.
Yeah, but I didn't tighten it.
I didn't tighten it either.
You did too before you raised it over there. Or you might have. You're getting blamed. That's the point of this story.
This is your fault.
Just get a cutoff wheel and zip it out of there.
Yeah, you might. I think it is the bolt.
Is it the bolt?
You look, yeah, because you zipped the other one off. It's flat on the bottom. You just didn't take those bolts out, which is going to be hard to get them out. Now they don't have a head on them.
That sounds like something I would do. You know how we fix that? Just get this cutoff wheel over here right next to the gas tank. Oh yeah.
It's almost finished.
26.5 on the inside of the tube. This side, the wheel center is behind the center line on the fender.
Wait, so because this one, the wheel center's in front of the line, right?
That wheel is behind where it needs to be, and this one is forward where it needs to be. So, does the whole truck need to twist this way?
That's kind of what it looks like to me.
If you look where the tire is, in and out, this one's still way further out. The cab is much more level,
Yeah.
and I mean, I think that looks good where it's sitting. We just got to figure out how to get this front end figured out.
I think this gap got smaller.
Well, and like I said, we'll figure that out. If I have to cut this out and put an aluminum radiator in there and cut the back of the grill, as long as I maintain the front of the grill, I mean, that thing's like 6 inches deep.
Yeah.
See, this side definitely looks better. So how can one side be so far off? You know what I probably need to do? Is make sure that these tires, like, it's not going down the road like that.
Oh, doesn't have any weird camber or...
Because I'm trying to use those tires as a line, and if they're cocked one way or another, that's going to mess with me every time. Well, as usual, we didn't get as far as we thought we were going to today, but I think we're still okay. What's the saying? You either win or you learn. I think we had about this much win today and a whole bunch of learning. So let me show you what we figured out. The cab is finally sitting a little more even. I'm a lot happier with it. Before it was kind of doing this stuff, so I'm happier with that. The fenders still need to be lined up better. You can see that this is too high right here, which means the front needs to come up some. So we need to do some more work on that. To get the cab height where it is, it's just sitting on jack stands inside, but we figured out where we want it. Now I just got to figure out exactly how to make it stay there. I'm sure that'll be easy enough. We've talked and discussed and looked and pushed and pulled, and if you look at this, you see how far that wheel's tucked in on this side. But this one's sitting out a little bit, so that tells me that my front end's not centered side to side. But I need to make sure that my tires are both going perfectly straight forward. They look like they are, but I want to put a tape measure to them, make sure they're good this way, and then I can start taking measurements and moving the front clip around and getting it where I want it. We'll get it side to side where we want it, And I need to make sure that the center line on my tape that I marked before I took the 57 apart matches up with the center line on the wheel. This side I think is pretty good. This side actually looks pretty good there now too. I forgot we wrestled with it a little more before we gave up. But we're getting closer. Baby steps. This time I think we only worked on it 4, 5, 6 hours. It's really hot right now in Texas, like it is everywhere right now, but that's about all we wanted to put in for the day. So it's supposed to be fun. When you get so miserable that just nobody wants to be here, then you gotta quit and come back the next day when it's cooler in the morning, you know, when it's only 80 instead of 100. So that's where we're at. We've got cab height figured out, I think. And the placement is close, but not quite perfect. So we'll come back to it again soon and try and get everything squared up and, you know, side to side and forward and back, and then make sure our heights are okay. There's going to be a lot of little adjustments, which is difficult to do when you're one person. So I was glad to have the help today from Matt and from Kanan. It's kind of fun to see the things that interest the kids in the shop, which usually is going to be hammers and pry bars and stuff. Some of us never grow out of that. Anyway, if you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, come back and see us again, and check out the other videos to see what got us this far on this truck. And remember, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.